Tim Burchett says, hey, hold off on getting too excited about disclosure. They don't want it to happen. It ain't going to happen. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop fighting. Just means I don't think it's going to happen. They don't want it out there. Going back to that quote that I quote all of the time, and that, of course, is George Knapp. They are better at our jobs than we are. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you guys being here. Trying to get a few more videos out for you this week. I was on vacation. Give me a break. People are like, oh, I want to see you more than once a week. And I think that's great. And I love that. And I'm humbled. But I was on vacation. But I'm back now. And there's a lot of stuff to talk about. And a lot of the main stories, I did one yesterday, was about Tim Burchett. He's out there again. He's doing a lot of interviews. He's fighting the fight. He wants to get rid of Arrow. He's talking about how pretty much aliens and UFOs are real. He's talked about people walking into his office, looking at him and saying they're real. He's heard things, and now he's out there really almost like on a PR tour talking to everybody about this stuff, and he's fighting the fight. So, on a recent podcast, he said this. We'll take a look. We'll talk about it afterwards.
Do you think that we will have disclosure of whatever information we have regarding the UFOs? And two, just something you mentioned just now, what do you think happened at Roswell?
No, we will not have disclosure. I don't think so. I just don't. I think it's too deep, and I think it's too strong. And they're going to claim military intelligence. You know, it weakens our military, which is what the Schumer bill did. And so, anyway, no, heck no, we're not going to ever get it. They don't want it out, and I don't think I'll have it on this side of eternity. Maybe my daughter's generation will hear something, but I just don't. I'm going to keep busting their ass on it, though. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm a flagrant fence swinger, dude. I swing for the fence every dadgum time.
Okay, so that's pretty much, what we thought, and pretty much what's been happening for however long this has been going on, however long people have been trying to find information. It's the same thing, right? He's like, well, they just want to keep it quiet. Now it's coming out a little bit more, and it's not, the taboo side of it is starting to be put away, right? The making everybody feel like they're crazy for thinking these things are out there, that's starting to go away. And it's becoming less of. More people are talking about it. More people in the mainstream are talking about it. More people are accepting it. More people are looking at who's actually discussing it and taking it as more credible. So if it shifts more towards we can't do this because of national security. We can't say this because of national security. I don't think he's far off from thinking that. It's discouraging to hear him say that, as opposed to, we've been pressing pretty hard. We've been looking pretty hard. The president really wants to get this stuff out there. We've got a good shot. He's always been more of the skeptical side of things. He's been more of a realist on these things, more so than the false, hey, I'm running for president of the high school. I can get you pizza every single day. He's not giving any false promises of it. And he also says maybe by the time his daughter's generation gets to his age, maybe that will happen. But I'm not holding my breath because of what we've been dealing with. And the gatekeepers are strong. The gatekeepers have a plan. They have an understanding of how to keep this quiet. So as much as people are knocking on the door's going to stay locked. Might open for a second, but you're going to go into a fake room into the house you think you're going into. So I think that when you look at this and you hear this, you definitely should be discouraged, because I think it comes to the point that was made many times over. Yet another quote that I do till I'm blue in the face, and it's Matt Brown, who basically said that disclosure is going to come from civilians. It's going to come from people releasing stuff and other things, because it ain't going to come from the government because there's too much red tape. And that's the problem. And I was a big advocate, and I still am an advocate of the fact that you have people inside of the establishment fighting for it. I don't think it's going to do much good. It's good that they're trying. It's good that they're having their voices be heard, because the more they talk about things, the more he gets out there and says things, the more TMZ or Bill Maher or other people start covering this stuff because of the work that they're doing. That takes away the taboo of it. It gets the conversation started in the regular peeps. And I think that that's ultimately what it comes down to, is will this topic start to become even more mainstream? And will people start to discover things like age of disclosure or the phenomenon or moment of truth or many of the various documentaries are out there? Will those start to, find a second life, if you will? But I'm with him. I just don't. What is really going to change? Because more people are asking for it. I mean, again, they might change their strategy, as I said before. With what they used to do is, if you talk about this thing, you're a crazy person. That's not really working anymore. They tried to do that with a few different people. They certainly tried to do it with Grush. But it didn't work. It backfired. The old school kind of 1940s, 1950s mentality of shoot, man, even into the 80s and the 90s. It's not working anymore. But, hey, we block that bill. Hey, we have so-and-so working for us. Make sure you block that. Don't let that come out there. That can't be seen. That type of power. I mean, that happens in not just with this topic. That happens with certain things. That's the way politics runs, man. Is that you could be so against something, but when you get into office, if that person or that business or whatever it is now funding your account or helping you stay in office, well, suddenly you're an advocate for that person. Lockheed Martin is no different. They go in and they have their peeps. Keep this quiet. Block this. Don't do that. Don't let that out there. That's what we're paying you for. That's why you're in office. That's why you got your seat. That's how this stupid game works. That's why I hate it. I hate it. And it's just how it works. That's why I always say, like, the most genuine person in politics might have a good idea of what they want to do, and they won't be able to do it because they've got to bend the knee to certain things, where the money's coming from, who the power seat is. Well, I don't believe in that, but in order to get my other thing passed, I have to pretend that I believe in that. And that's what happens here. You might want to, well, I don't really care if they ever disclose it or not. I want to live in my house. I want to be in this power seat forever. I like the benefits that I have, and you lose your soul. And that's what a lot of these politicians have done and continue to. They lose their soul. Politics is a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. And even the ones that are fighting for this thing, I believe that a lot of their intention is true and that they really do care. I believe Burchett cares. I believe he wants to find out. But make no mistake about it, he's a politician as well. Same thing with like Burleson and Luna and Moskowitz and people like talking. People weren't talking about me before. Now they're talking about me all the time. This is a big topic. It's like any other topic. This happens to be the topic that they're known for. So he talks about it more. Make sure he pushes towards it. I'm not saying he doesn't believe in it, but it's part of this game that is politics. In order to stay relevant, you continue to do the thing that is getting you support. And he's getting a lot of press. But I don't think he's lying about the things that he's talking about or heard. I think he's the most frank out of all of them. And this interview to me proves that. I don't think it's going to happen. He says, I'm fighting for it. I'm hoping it happens. I just don't think it is. They're blocking everything up. So I like his style. And when it comes to this topic, I like his style because it's one of those things where if something does break, he goes, wow, you surprised me. We tried, we pushed and it worked, but I didn't think they'd budge. Better to do that than to say, oh, we're going to make this happen because it's false promises. Again, I'm a big fan of Ross Coulthart, but all hell's breaking loose. When did that happen? Don't say that. Don't do that. Oh, this is going to change the world today. This is an announcement. Don't do that unless you know it's going to do it. He didn't do that today. So anyway, what do you think about these comments? Hopeful? Think that's right on course for what you expected? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. All right, thanks for being here. Make sure you click like, comment, subscribe, do all that and more. I'm trying to get another video out today. If not, maybe tomorrow. But I'm going to be back doing stuff. I'm back in the system, so thank you for being here. All right, we'll talk to you soon.